That's your first thought, bro. That's your first
thought.
thought.
If I'm gonna get arrested with anybody, it's these three blokes.
What the f am I getting myself into?
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go!
What's up, First Thought listeners? Welcome back. If you are listening, you are on YouTube, and we're still figuring out how to get a couple other things, but check out our other socials as well. Today is Tuck, Bailey, and myself back on it. We got a pretty good one today. It is a busy season with sports. We're going to do a little CFL talk with Bailey off the top. Going into the NHL playoffs, there's only 4 teams left. It is getting dicey. Looking at the NBA playoffs, which are looking pretty set right now. Our sink or swim segment, the F1 Monaco Grand Prix following that. I'll get a curious cue of the week this week. We're going to replace with that podium talk. Then more pro tips to wrap it up for you fellas. But first, the little segment we've been doing. Tuck, hit us off with your obscure sports fact of the week.
Yeah, not the most obscure today. I guess it's just more sports history. And I'm dropping the ball currently because there's an ad in front of my. Oh, okay, here we are. But just a good one. After 48 years as the coach of the Chicago Bears, George Halas retired. So, Super Bowl winner with one of the best. Oh, no, never mind. I was thinking 85 Bears. But yeah, George Halas, big name in Chicago Bears history, retired.
All right, there we go. How about that? That's a good obscure sports thing. You're always good to listen to that. I also want to give a shout out in this little moment of obscure sports because it will be a fact later on in life. Bill Walton died today. NBA basketball legend, announcer legend, absolute goof. He's just an insane dude. I don't know. But one of the best basketball players of all time. So that'll be an obscure sports fact that we'll talk about maybe next year.
Tell me about Bill Walton.
You're gonna catch me off guard. I know he's a center. He's a big man.
I got you. Bill Walton is a Hall of Famer. He's a legend. One of the greatest big men of all time. 7'1" or something like that, I believe. But like that, he was super well known because he was this big dorky. Like he almost like is the embodiment of like basketball in like the 70s. I think is when he played. But okay. He's a hippie. He's a hippie too, so he had like this big fro-looking hair when he was younger.
I have a picture of him up right now.
Yeah.
Bro, he's got the tongue out. He's got a beard going, a little bit of a ginger beard to him.
Right. He played.
Got the hoop.
He also played on those UCLA basketball teams. They won all those championships with Coach Wooden. So R.I.P. to the man. Happy to call him out during this because he was interesting to watch growing up. He's definitely an outside spirit, we'll say. Yeah. But looking into the catch up, boys, what we got going on real quick before we hop into all this stuff we want to talk about. Anybody got anything new they did this weekend? Anything they did this week?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I'm most interested in hearing about Bailey's preseason game.
Yeah,
how'd it go, Bill?
The preseason game against BC, we kind of gave it to them, to be honest, at home. But they didn't really bring many of their guys. It was just good to get a hit out. They kind of sent, that's how it goes with preseason games. A lot of times they don't travel a lot of their names. So we got their backups and stuff like that. Actually, one of their quarterbacks got released today after the game. Mm-hmm. And same with the running back too. But that's just how things go. We played really well. We were sound in most of our things. Obviously, a lot of our concepts we can understand a little bit better on the defensive side of things. Special teams, we were flying around. We were making plays out there. It was good to get a little bit of a feel. We were kind of just getting thrown around because there's so many guys on the field right now. Like we're all rolling in different spots and everyone's just trying to get evaluated and getting looked at. And so, but it was good when we got out there and we got to fly around a bit. Offense looked fiery with whoever we had in at quarterback. So I got to give a shout out to Logan Bonner. He threw a nice pass, which I thought was a touchdown, but it got pulled back at the 1. It was actually a really nice out ball. I'm pretty sure it was. But yeah, it'll be exciting to see Winnipeg coming up next week. So we go, we fly there on Thursday. I'm not too sure again how we're going to play, but we're going to travel most of our team. But Winnipeg's got an awesome stadium. The crowd's right on top of you. It's going to be loud, no matter how many people are there. Like we got a good crowd last week, so I'm expecting people are going to want to be in Winnipeg. It's their first home game for the season, even though it's a preseason guy. Guys like to see who's out there and on the field. So should be a good crowd. They got a rowdy group out there in Winnipeg. So it should be fun. excited for it.
Did you get a couple good pops in this game or what? You loosen up the pads for the first time?
Oh yes, that was the best
good
part
to
of
hit,
the game, bro. Just getting a little bit,
hitting
good.
somebody that's not the same team as you after a while, like in camp.
Being allowed to actually go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in camp now?
Maybe 2 and a bit weeks, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Two and then into the first preseason game. Gotcha.
Yeah, and we play. I think we fly out Thursday, play Friday. I think we play Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Word.
And
Let's
then we
go
play
Stamps.
the following Friday, first game of the season. Go Stamps, baby.
Murph, what's new in the Murph Dog world?
Murph Dog World, staying in Durham a little bit longer, re-signed a lease, redid my apartment a little bit. Not much else. This 3-day weekend has been nice, but my little update for me, my life, lacrosse is my life kind of thing. We play a little men's league in the heat. Was exhausting this week. It was 90 degrees, super humid.
Yes.
But the championship game was today. Notre Dame played Maryland. Maryland had beat Syracuse in the round prior. Which ended my future bet, which was sad. But Notre Dame came out and absolutely stomped on them, 15-5. And I think they had 5 in the first half, so I don't think they scored in the second half. The goalie made no saves in the first half. Maryland's goalie didn't, who in the past has been, I don't want to tread on his name too bad. He won them their 2 previous ones. He went crazy. But the Kavanaugh brothers were too much on Maryland or on Notre Dame. Team was too good. They went 16-1. They only had 1 loss on the year, and they avenged that loss in the playoffs. It's like the ultimate. It's like almost nearly a perfect year besides that 1 loss, but they kind of record scratched it. Georgetown. And they beat Georgetown by 10 in the playoffs. But they had an average win margin of 6. They won this game by 10 in the championship. I mean, they're an unreal team. We'll see how it is next year because, like I said, this is the last year of those COVID year students, all the 5th-year seniors. So it'll be a much more even landscape next year. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean this Notre Dame. So they won. This is back-to-back years, right? No.
Back-to-back, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean this stretch by them it's got to be, in the history books, right?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, especially the brothers being on the team.
Right.
I think he's probably going to win the Tewaaraton this year, unless Brendan O'Neill wins it again.
Pat?
But Pat will probably win it. And their
is he number 50 or 51?
He is 50.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. But, I mean, their team, their third line middies for scoring. Their third line middies are so that's a good sign that they'll be good for a little bit longer, too.
Yeah.
Some football players in their team. He had a goal today. He's a midi, and then the other football player is a D midi, I believe.
Yep.
But
yeah. Special.
What'd you say?
Bit of a Murph Dog special. Play some football. Go out there. Be a nice midi.
Yeah,
exactly. Man. Yeah. He won the MVP in whatever the bowl game Notre Dame played this year. He's a wide receiver. He had a couple touchdowns. But that wraps up for lacrosse this year. Lacrosse is pretty much over with. The pros will be starting in August, I want to say, which, PLL is catching on. I'll talk a little bit about it.
No, it's quicker. Yeah. It's quicker than that. I was watching the championship game, and Paul Rabel came on. He said, I think it's a week or 2 weeks from now, these guys are going to be playing in the PLL.
Yeah, actually, that does sound about right. Yeah, because it's June. So, yeah, they'll be starting really soon, which is – I'll chime in on that a little bit. Just to try and spread the word about the game. What's new?
I like the encouragement of PLL. I like you encouraging. I like that we're encouraging different random sports. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna hop on that for sure.
Because we just kind of it's super niche and we're hitting. I like that shit.
Yeah, my plan all along is to make this a PLL podcast and be the one that takes off with the sport and we become famous.
PLL.
You're evil. Yeah. But Tug, what's going on new with you this week?
Trying to mix things up. I explored I did a big hike this weekend at this place called Jiminy Peak, which is actually a snow resort. I've gone snowboarding there a couple times, but went on a hike, and then other than that, just doing a bunch of different things around the house to try to improve the place. I redid the yard, some fucking man shit. Ripped up the yard. Did a little, I guess, some woman shit too. Did some gardening with some flowers. and then I don't know, just hung up some stuff around the house, trying to clean this place up. Having a 3-day weekend is just I'm just use it as a weekend just to get my life together, which is felt pretty good. Check some things off the to-do list.
No doubt.
Ran a half marathon a couple weekends ago too.
Yeah,
I think you mentioned it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember if I talked about it last time, but
yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, because you talked about your good split time. Yeah, good split time. That's catch up for us, but dude, now let's dive into the episode. I mean, the playoffs are getting more enticing, more exciting. It's getting close to that championship. I'm getting a little anxious, a little nervous about it for the Celtics in my half. But starting with the NHL, starting with the hockey, because I know I'm going to split through real quick. We don't need to cover up too much. It is going pretty well, though. Dallas and Edmonton are tied 1-1. They split that series in Dallas. Edmonton won the game 1. They're saying, that rest versus rust debate where Edmonton just comes off a series late. They took them 7 games, and Dallas hadn't played in a little bit. So coming off that, Edmonton won the first game, Dallas won the second, going back to Edmonton for game 3. And then the Rangers are up 2-1 on the Florida Panthers. Both those wins coming in OT. So that's a clutch sign to have, if anything. If you're winning games in OT, that's a good sign to be. So they stole 2 in Florida, I believe. Could be wrong when I say that. But that series is looking pretty good. I mean, I think it could go 7 as well. I don't know who's going to win. I mean, all these teams are kind of a little bit of a surprise to me, but I'm still going to stick with Dallas. They're the first team I chose. So I just kind of got to ride that right now, but I don't know between all these 4 teams.
Mate, I'm going to have to say I've been on the Dallas Stars bus since day 1 of this playoff series.
You have.
I'm rooting with the Dallas Stars, and right now I'm seeing a lot of Oilers jerseys around in Calgary, and that's the biggest fuck you your city can get when somebody else, your rival city, has more jerseys in your city. So yeah, I'm telling the Flames firstly to pick up their game. Secondly, I agree with the stance. Also got to pick up their game too. But getting away from that, I'm saying the Stars are going to fuck up the Oilers. Go on, win it all.
There you go.
Well, love that, Billy.
Puck, what you got?
Talking puck boy here. Rangers Cup. That's it.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to see them win, honestly. But I'd rather see Edmonton of all the 4 teams left to win it. Anyway, dive into the NBA. Yes, what's up?
You suck for that, dude.
I agree. I totally agree. You can't just be like, it'd be cool to see the Rangers win, dude. You're a Boston Bruins fan.
Yeah, but it'd be cool to see like, if the city blows up, and it'd be funny to see all like the fucking happenings of it. And I got some friends that are Rangers fans. But I'd rather see Edmonton. Like, out of all these 4 teams, I think I'd rather see Edmonton win. Did I say that, or did I say the Rangers?
You said Edmonton.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I want to see Connor McDavid win his first.
Wait, what? Oh, you said you stuck with that because because you're pulling for the Stars.
Yeah. But no, I think Dallas will win. I think if I were to put my money on one team, which I have, I put it on Dallas. Yeah.
Wise man.
Going into the NBA, diving into our NBA portion of the talk. Playoffs turns out the semifinals kind of suck this year so far. It is both series are 3-0. Starting with Boston, because we just kind of want to we've already been looking at the championship all along, this whole entire postseason, entire playoffs, really the entire season. Looking at the postseason, we're looking at the championship. That's our kind of our crown jewel we keep looking at. And it's 3-0, nothing. It's 3-0 versus Indiana. Game 1 was insane. The Jaylen Brown 3-pointer last second to send into OT. I'm sure Tuck or Bailey, you guys caught that game. Anybody?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, great game. I mean, every game's been close, and the Celtics just like to keep you on the edge. But it just seems like, I mean, they're leaps and bounds up in front of every team in the East. So it's like, are they getting bored? I don't know. That's kind of like what it seems like. But up 3-0, you can't. Looking toward the finals now, man. Looking toward the finals.
Yeah. We got the closeout game tonight, so hopefully that goes well for us. I think Bailey's chosen every team that we've had to play. So glad to see that. Glad to see
Celtics for the whole time. And I'm just going to give the fact that they got an easy walk-in layup because the Pacers had to push it against the Knicks. That was basically a final for them. They were barely expected to get past the Knicks there, so it's not like they've had too much fight left in them. I feel like they kind of lost, ran their tank empty, and by the time they got to their conference finals. But I'm excited to see Dallas finish it off probably in 4, but it'll be a good finish. And obviously, I don't want the Celtics to win because I've been rooting against them for the past, I think it's 6 years, maybe now, ever since I've been lied to about how good the Celtics are. So once Dallas go through, I'm going to be all Dallas. So I'm going Dallas Mavericks to win the NBA. I'm going Dallas Stars to win the cup.
Oh,
and I'm going Dallas all day, every day this summer.
Okay, so yeah, hopping over to that series. I mean, I've been seeing this team as the more of a threat, but I'm surprised Minnesota, dude. I'm surprised they just dropped 3. But Luka and Kyrie and like the rest of the guys are figuring it out on defense. Dallas is playing some defense, which was uncommon for them during the regular season. So I mean, this is the best matchup we could ask for. I really like Luka versus JT, Young versus Young. The rest of the role guys versus role guys. But you're right, Tucker, to your point. Have we been getting bored? Are we lulling ourselves to sleep here? What's going on with us? So
it's an exciting matchup. It's fun, it's gonna be cool. But I mean, I still think like I don't want to put to bed the Timberwolves quite yet. I know they're down 3-0, but for some reason I feel like they're gonna have some fight in them. I don't think they're gonna roll over. I for some reason still think this series could go 6 or 7 because what was it? Yeah, the Celtics were down 3-0 against the Heat in the conference finals last year, and they made it to 7 games. Bless you, Billy Boy. But yes, sir. But so I foresee Minnesota turning it around, maybe even making it 7 games, which would be. But I think the Celtics are going to close it out tonight, and that would be huge because then you get a tired either Minnesota or Dallas team and in the conference in the finals. So
so I got another. It's another good comment that you made right there that like I would like to bring up is the rest difference. So if we close out tonight, which I also predict we do, we get 10 days of rest, which in the past years the NBA would start like even if a series went to 7 games, they would start like a week later, no matter what. But now because like TV rights or whatever it is, it starts on I believe June 6th, no matter what. So
damn, that's a big gap.
Yeah, so it's so if we close out tonight, I think we get like 10 days rest, something along those lines, which is huge for Kristaps Porzingis coming back.
Right.
And then if I also don't think that Minnesota's going to go to bed that easy. So them pushing a little bit longer gives them a little bit less rest, us a little bit more. Could be an advantage, I think, because they're getting rest no matter what, but we'll get more. So I like that playing out in our factor, and we'll be the home. We have the best record in the NBA. So home stadium Celtics. So
I mean,
that's sweet.
Right now though, like you got to talk about like the potential matchup between Kyrie versus the Celtics. So
yeah,
that'll be interesting to see. God. Oh man,
you would hate for him to kick your ass, wouldn't you?
I would. Yeah, I would loathe that.
Baby took the words out of my mouth, but I still feel like fully confident in the Celtics 100%. But if there was something crazy was to happen,
jerseys around.
Dallas
Mavericks, Kyrie Irving jersey. I'm gonna buy one of those this season. If they win the chip, I'm buying one of those. I'm putting that on the podcast right now. If Dallas Mavericks win the chip, I'm buying a Kyrie Irving Dallas Mavericks jersey.
That's funny.
You're a hater.
I also
like fuck the Celtics, bro. I can't love the Celtics.
You're a hater. You're a hater. How come you're gonna pick up? How come you picked up the Sox but you didn't pick up the Celtics? There's no fucking Sox, dude.
Devers, bro. You got to show love to Devers. Fenway's electric. It kind of reminded me of cricket. So I was like, I can watch this shit.
Fair enough. You're more baseball guy.
Cricket, by the way, documentary recommendation, real quick. Amazon Prime. It's called The Test. It follows the Australian cricket team around every year they travel, and it just like records them. It's only like 3-4 episodes each season. Check it out. Promise you. I've got the last episode to go for the last season.
Oh, nice. Might help me learn it a little bit. Get learned on that shit.
Yeah.
But just one last final touch of the NBA before we move on. We're making good time in here, fellas.
Let's go.
Dallas. but to the point that everyone's pointing out is that Boston has had a little bit of a cakewalk. But like no matter what, you're playing playoff teams. Okay, but that's not my point. I gotta say a little bit. We gotta be unbiased a little bit. Dallas is battle tested through these playoffs. They have played some OKC, Minnesota, and the Clippers.
Right.
They've had the toughest run, and that worries me. That worries me.
Yeah, that's true.
Some dog in them.
Yeah. So they've potentially played 3 teams that everyone thought had a chance at the title. The Celtics were like, and like no one ever thought that the Cavs were gonna make the championship, or who do we even play in the first round? Oh, the Heat without Jimmy Butler, anything like that. So the Pacers, people might have thought the Pacers in the beginning. Anywho, go C's, go B's, go Pats, Boston. Get into our Boston. Give me a clam chowder. Pack the kind of hobby, yeah.
The worst accent of all time. I'm sorry. Love the Sox, but goddamn. I was watching Patriots the other day. You know the movie about the Boston bombings?
Yeah.
Great movie.
It is.
But the accents were killing me. The accents are always killing me. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Marky Mark is the heart of Boston. Dorchester.
Yeah, I thought I was at a Celtics game. He always sits courtside. I saw him from a distance. I was like,
really?
Holy fucking shit. This is Marky Mark. I was in the same building. I was like,
was the Funky Bunch there too?
Not the Funky Bunch.
Does he just glow? Dude, he's just so fucking rich, and so like I think he drinks baby's blood and shit. That way he works out at 3 a.m.
Yeah. Definitely injects child blood.
That's a great segment into the sink or swim, sink and swim. We're at sink and swim. So give us your sink, give us your swim. We always end with swim because we want to just keep on swimming. Boys, I saw this. I'm keeping this on the schedule because gotta keep yourself humble, but you also gotta like juice yourself up for the rest of the week. Bailey, you look like you're pondering. Do you have a sink or swim ready for the boys?
I'm passing. I'm dishing here. I'm trying to get an assist over the top.
Tuck looks like he's taking the
I'll hit it
on this one. Go for it.
I'll hit it. Sink, dude. Fucking. I always talk about work. God damn, work kicking my ass, but it's just like
everyone works, bro. Everyone has to work though.
Everyone's got to work. But like the culmination of a lot of things in my life can I got a little bit overwhelmed earlier in the week because things at work, I felt like. You ever just feel like you have to take 1,000 lefts to make a right sometimes? To like you ask one person a question and they can't just give you a straight answer, and they're like, I don't know, ask this person, and you're like, okay, I'm taking 3 lefts to make a right here, and then just like things at home, I'm trying to do like little improvements. I mentioned earlier, little improvements to the house, and I was just thinking like to myself, what the fuck, man? Between work and my house, it's like nothing was easy, and I was just getting pissed off and frustrated. So that was my sink moment of the week of just feeling a little bit overwhelmed, like trying to accomplish regular tasks, and for whatever reason, I just kept hitting a fucking block in the road. Swim was I was able to overcome one of the blocks in the road so in my little like entryway of my like yeah, baby, fucking overcame that shit. It fired me up. So it's like my mud room, I guess you would call it, where you like keep your shoes, your jackets and stuff.
You store mud there? Do you just like pile it up?
Yeah.
Make an igloo out of it? Make an igloo out of it?
Yeah. Wah, wah, wah.
I know, that was a good one, dude. I liked it. You're muttering, oh, is that where you store your mud? I keep mine in the cellar.
Yeah. So dumb. Mud room where I keep my mud. But anyway, so I have like there's 4 windows in there. And they're just super old. Like my house was built in the 50s, and it still has like these crank windows that like you crank them and they go down. Anyway, these screens old as shit, and I was like, I want to replace the screens. But if you don't know, there is typically like all windows are different sizes, so there's typically you have to get like window screens custom cut, or like pick one of 3 sizes, and one of 3 sizes is probably not your window screen. Or there's adjustable ones, but the adjustable ones are pieces of shit. So your boy hopped on the old YouTube and found out how to like DIY making my own window screens.
Yeah.
And so like I got like all like the raw materials for just like the outside. They're all like 60 inches. I cut them down to the right sizes, 44 inches one side, 22 inches one side, connected them all together, laid out the screen, put down the screen, cut out the screen, and just like zipped them all up. And I got new screens and new screens and new blinds in the whole area. It took me some time to figure it out, but it felt good once like I was able to figure that shit out and just like it's more rewarding when you do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's fire.
That's dope, dude. Like that one.
Yeah.
Gonna have to come over and check out the screens.
It really makes you like doing all the stuff that I've done around the house over the past almost 2 years now. Is like really makes you appreciate when someone has a super nice property, a really nice home. You're like, fuck, man, shout out to you. You put a ton of hard work into that house, because like I've been grinding my balls off, especially like this whole weekend, just doing a bunch of home improvement shit. And you have more respect for people that have nice properties now.
Hell yeah.
Merc Dog, you want to do sink or swim?
I will. I'll take the sink or swim. Mine are pretty light this week. Pretty light. It was pretty modest week this week. My sink of the week is getting invited to hang out with someone that you're not that good of friends with, and you kind of like, and that person kind of sucks, but I'll go do that anyway. And you go, and that person still sucks, and it still wasn't that good of a time. And then they're asking like, why are you bummed out? Why? And I was like, oh, I'm having a good time. And then they keep asking, like, no, like, what's wrong? I'm like, oh, well, it's you, but I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
So, that's my sink of the week. That's my sink of the week. But
every time I hang out with Murph now, I'm just gonna be like, this cunt hates me.
That's funny.
Why you look so blue, dude? Actually, it's you.
Actually, you're so fucking annoying. I wish you would leave me alone.
You're like, I wish I would have made the decision to ignore your text.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then my swim of the week is, I can go with this 3-day weekend, but I'll go with another win that this 3-day weekend kind of allowed me to do is I reached out my lease I spoke about recently, so I put up a bunch more stuff in my house, made it a little more homey, a little more cozy, and I love a cozy house. And like I have flowers around the place because I'm a fairy duster, and I like to have pretty stuff. And dude, shout out that and summer days and having a nice clean place. That's my swim of the week, dude. It's just feeling more comfortable to walk in the house and like, check that shit out. I put that up.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Bailey, sink or swing, sink and swim of the week.
Sink and swim. All right. Trying to first thought it. All right. Ash was here for 3 days. Ash just left. That's sink,
Oh, sad.
Sad
face.
Bears for that.
Yeah, sad bears.
Yeah, sad bears for that one.
How was the little weekend with Gal? How was it?
It was good. She came watch the game, hung out for a little bit. Yeah.
Let's go. What do you guys typically do? Like, you guys kind of do some exploring in Calgary a little bit when she.
I've been here for a while now. Like, we know where we like to go and stuff. We do a bit of here and that. Walk around. She was only here for a few days, so we just kind of. I had work during the day too, so she watched the game one day. The next day we kind of went out for dinner, just had something to eat, nothing crazy, and then just kind of chilled at home. One night too, just went for a walk one night, nothing crazy.
You gotta get your sex in.
Yeah, that's make sure that happens too.
You gotta get it in while you can. When you're rock. I've done the distance relationship, Billy boy. I know how it goes. You gotta get it in when you got a long weekend.
Yep. That's exactly what it is, but it was good for her to fly out and see me, so happy to see her. And then I guess my swim of the week would be bang, going clink clink. Let's go, brother. Yeah. Get in the practice game.
You just spoken like you just
can you explain
like South African.
Yeah, that was like that surfer guy. When I dropped in, whoopah, and then rolled their own jaw. Yeah. Bailey, can you explain to people what click click poem fucking means?
It was clink, clink, bang, bang. I was strapping up my helmet. It was just, that feeling of buckling it up, hitting your helmet, like, let's fucking go, baby.
Yeah.
You can
It's
tell
like,
I've been
oh.
swearing so much more this week because I'm just juiced to the gills right now.
Oh yeah, I love being
Go,
juiced
baby.
to gills. I
Love
miss that feeling. I am jealous because I do miss that feeling of like
100%.
wanting to go and take a motherfucker's head off, or like just almost like wanting to humiliate somebody. I miss that feeling.
You can't do that in weekend lacrosse league?
No, now I do it in video games. My friends don't like to play with me because I'm so cruel.
Yeah. Well, you're a machine at video games, bro. I've watched you play many video games today.
I am. I appreciate you saying that. It's nice of you. I take that as a compliment. I am because my very best friend is like two of my very best friends are gamers. Like they kick my fucking ass.
Right.
So like I just play with them and like I gotten so good through it. And I play a good amount considering all my best friends are pretty much across the country. So I play with my boys a lot. But yeah, dude, video games. What were we talking about?
Boys.
We did our
boys
single
on-
swim,
boys
and
on
we're
the
all
pod.
done with our single swim now.
Yeah, we all did it. Boy time.
Murphy, roll tide.
Yeah. Dude, actually, speaking of video games, can't wait for NCAA to come out. I think it comes out in late June, maybe mid-July, early July.
I don't know, but I'm fired
College
up, dude.
Yeah.
I have not been on the video game train in a long time now, but I think I would absolutely hop back on for NCAA and just do a road to glory. Oh my God, give me a road to glory.
Get you there.
Yeah,
That'll get you there. I got a hell of a segue. On the road to glory, heading into the Monaco Grand Prix, the Monegasque himself, Charles Leclerc, takes his maiden victory, not his maiden victory, his home victory at the Monaco Grand Prix. The same streets he walked before he could even remember, the same streets he bike rode before he could drive. Charles Leclerc takes P1. He takes pole. He takes P1. It's a perfect weekend for Ferrari. Monaco Grand Prix. Honestly, could not have asked for more. It's been great. F1's been great recently. Red Bull's kind of slipping. McLaren's stepping up. Ferrari's right there. Mercedes sucks ass, but they're not ass. They just suck. And some of my least favorite drivers are ass. Yuki Tsunoda scored points. I mean, everything's great.
Yuki!
Yuki.
My guy, dude. Fuck yeah, I knew it. Sorry.
Yeah, I was saying, what are you yelling? Fucks the audio.
I'm sorry, I get excited. I forgot. I can't be loud. I gotta get a mic or something. But yeah, dude, I'm just hyped for my boy Yuki. I knew he could do it.
Yeah, Yuki. So this Grand Prix, Monaco Grand Prix, Bailey and I kind of spoke about it a little bit earlier before we started the calls. The streets are so skinny, you can't pass much. Qualifying is pretty much what the race ends up being, especially on this race, because in the very first lap, Sergio Perez was taken out by Kevin Magnussen, and those three cars crashed. Sergio Perez's car got pretty much obliterated, except like his main chassis, so he was completely fine. But that meant that all the cars off the gate could do their one pit stop, because for those that don't know, during a Grand Prix, you were required to do at least one pit stop. In most of these Grand Prix, some are two, but in this one, it's one. So with that safety car happening right off the first lap, everyone did their pit stop right away to have that one pit stop out of the way. They don't need to worry about it anymore. And so everyone went on hard tires for the most part and did 76 laps straight in a row. So pretty much is like there's not much passing, there's not much overtaking. So how you start and how you finish. Meeting Charles Leclerc was P1, stayed P1. Oscar Piastri from McLaren's P2, he stayed P2. Carlos Sainz was P3, stayed P3, and so on and so on.
Hold on. Time out.
All the way down to 10.
As an F1 casual, all I gotta say is, what the fuck is the point of that? You just qualify and then that's it? They do the race
and happen though.
Yeah, like there's crashes, there's pit stop failures, so like somebody has to redo it. When it rains, you never know. You never know. The unknown is what makes you do the race, opposed to just qualifying at the Grand Prix. Other circuits,
I'm not gonna lie, man. That's not competitive enough for me.
They don't.
Let's just leave shit up to chance.
The drivers even said in the post game, the drivers are like, that was probably the most boring race they've ever done. So they didn't like that.
Did you guys say something
obviously-
about like they're thinking about switching it up?
So this is where the topic about widening the track, if possible, comes in, because maybe not even widening it, changing it, because the fact is that there's nowhere to overtake other than corner 1 and 2. You're not really going to overtake anyone anywhere. Like, the hairpin just becomes a traffic jam, literally becomes a traffic jam at the hairpin. And for the top 10 drivers all to be based off their qualifying, that would only ever happen in Monaco. That would be really rare if it didn't happen anywhere else. And if it happened anywhere else, there would be switching in between and there'd be overtaking. It would just be a really uncommon circumstance. And if you look at, as Murph was saying, the crazy instance where Monaco, sometimes the lead changes a little bit, but that's off pit stop timing, that's off this and that's off that. You know what I mean? Like, the little intricacies that you don't really see that comes more to teamwork, like the whole broader scheme of things, that it gets involved in it, like the strategy you play. But when you have a crash off the blocks and everyone can change their tires the moment they sit down, you're just going to put the hard tires on because they can go for longer, and no one's going to overtake anybody. If you're a skilled driver, if we're all within the same class of driver, you're not going to get overtaken. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And that shows what type of driver Alonso is, because Alonso qualified, I think it was 18th, 19th, and was able to work his way up to 11th. That just proved that if you are still a class above, you might make some overtakes, but when everyone's in that same category or same level of driver, you're not really going to have much overtaking. You got something to say, Matthew?
Yeah, to Bailey's point about like how like some years the lead changes. Charles Leclerc, this is his second or third time placing pole, but he hadn't won his home Grand Prix until this year. So it just happened to go that it went perfectly. I don't think anything would have changed. I do think he was the best car on track. He was so locked in this week.
All right, hold on. Another question spurs off that then. So, like, with every F1 event, qualifying is super, super, super important. They're like, hey,
there's some. Well, Max won one from P12 last year, I think. Very
uncommon.
Yeah, but like P6 and up is not that uncommon. And I think like for a second, I think P3 was like the most common place to win by, like at one point a couple seasons ago. And then besides that, I mean, there's only a few circuits that qualify outside the top 10 you're eliminated from. Like, you still have a good chance on most of the circuits.
Yeah,
got it.
But you do want to be at front because then you have the upper hand.
Right. Yeah, no doubt.
When I say undercut, like if I want to go quickly put my new tires on real quick before you do, and then in the long run I'm going to beat you because you're going to have to change your tires.
Right.
So you can do stuff like that when you're in front. When you're playing behind, you're already in kind of a catch-up mode. You know what I mean? And
yeah, I know what you mean.
A fun point with what Murphy was saying, that third sometimes was the best place, because obviously everyone hits the brakes in the first corner. Sometimes you just kind of wheeze your way through while he's trying to defend second. That makes sense. So while first he's defending second, he's too busy worried about defending second, where he might lose the corner to the person that's third.
I see what you're saying.
Yep. And then some course, like there's some races, I think actually the old Russian course, obviously they don't race in Russia anymore. I think it was honestly, it was better to be on like second, because you were on the left side of the track and it was a left corner. So you kind of had the upper hand. If that makes sense. Does that make any sense to you?
A little bit.
So the inside line, Tucker. If me and you were in a race and if I gave you 2 steps in front of me, but we were running the corner that was on the left.
Yeah.
I'm in a better position because I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You want to get the inside. I know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. I'll pick it up and down.
For that reason, that P2 can actually sometimes be almost a better spot. But in this race, in the past few races, the reason why it's been so good, and I alluded to F1 being so competitive as recent between those top 3 teams, is Red Bull's kind of fallen off a little bit right now. Max is the reason they're still winning races because he is that insane, but he couldn't pull it together this week. The car just wasn't there. Perez qualified P18. The Williams was faster than him. So that car is just not doing well. And like maybe it wasn't built for that circuit, but it just has not been good the past 2 races. And then the third one including wasn't that great. So it's opening the door. Yeah, Max crashed in qualifying. A lot of cars did though. If you saw,
Yeah,
a lot of cars hit the wall.
Even, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I think even Lando did, and yeah.
If you haven't seen the circuit, Tucker, imagine literally just a one-way street with walls just put up next to it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right? And if you see these, you should look at the onboard cameras. They are flying through, and there's no room for error.
It's two ways. It's a two-way road in the day, but like think about smaller cars, it's insane though. It is insane how fast they do. So Leclerc did it last year. This is also kind of a cooler thing is that the cars are getting better. Last year, Max's pole time was a 111 point something, and this year Charles Leclerc was a 110 point something. So the cars are getting quicker. But I don't know necessarily what that could mean for anything. But they just it's giving other cars or other brands.
Is that like a track record?
No, I don't think so. I think maybe Ayrton Senna.
Track record real quick.
Yeah, his 30th anniversary of his death was this year. So and he is the king of Monaco. He has 6 wins there. Ayrton Senna.
Died.
He's a Brazilian racer. He died actually at Imola. He was hitting 200 something, then I think he just lost it on a turn, hit a wall going to something. Yeah.
He went to take a left turn, and Imola's a pretty simple course, and he just meant to take a left turn, and
just the car didn't catch or something, wheels didn't catch.
The bearing or something.
Yeah, I think they maybe it was something the car broke. I can't remember. Maybe caught a little bit of rubber, something, but it just went off track. And it wasn't like he went straight at it. It was just like if this is a wall like this, he my thing's kind of glitching. He hit off like that and dragged along it, but he was dead on impact.
Yeah.
And he was one of the greatest, probably on the path to be the greatest racer of all
Don't
time.
tell me don't tell me you're a pacifier vapist these days.
No, but I'm drinking right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You vape while you drink? Is that your thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It is.
I heard.
Back on
I do. Wait. I want to add to that point. This is a good point, Tuck. While I'm drinking, and somebody I heard a gimmick on my social media the other day that vapes are ruining social settings because people used to have to go outside to go smoke a cig. They used to have to go somewhere to go hang out with other cig smokers and go talk to people outside, and we're forced to get some air and stuff like that. And people can just do it inside now, and you can just be with your friends. You're not meeting new people, doing new things. Cigs used to mean something.
Cigs used to mean something.
Cigs did. You smoke a cig with somebody
that makes me want to go buy a pack of Marlboro Reds at the closest convenience store and chop it up with some homies at the closest bar.
That's what I'm saying. Cigs will save America.
Yeah.
Bailey, what do you want to ask about the Grand Prix?
Oh, I was Tuck mentioned how fast they do the track in.
It's
a 3.4. It's a 3.34 kilometer track, and
about 2
the
miles.
lap record is 1 minute, 12 seconds, and 9 tenths by Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, so Charles Leclerc won 110 this year. Yeah, he won 110 this year in qualifying.
So obviously that's old. He must have just broken it.
Yeah.
So you're talking about the car's getting faster. That's
I guess you're right.
Faster.
Yeah.
So it was a track record essentially, man.
Yeah, and this is a slow one. There's other tracks that's 5 kilometers and they're doing it in 1:30, and that's imagine doing 3.5 miles in 1:30. A minute 30. They're flying. I love going fast. Going fast is sweet.
Fast, man.
I fucking love going fast, dude.
I want to go fast. What are you at on the preseason game? Our coach times our kickoffs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're the only ones that still do old school kickoff, run downhill. If there's a wedge, go eat the wedge type of thing.
Yeah.
Still does that. So what coach does, he times our 40 yards, but it's a flying 40 because we run full speed into the kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
So he
right. You get a running start.
It's a running start. So he tracks it from the kickoff point to 40 yards. Ran a 4.14 in the preseason game.
That's crazy.
Corking.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That's sick. I wonder what get going speed some of these guys do
Like
in the
I
NFL.
wonder what like an NFL like wide receiver is running that 40 in.
Yeah.
Like with a full head, like Xavier Worthy with like a full head start.
Dude.
Well, I know.
Got like
quickest we had last year. The quickest we had last year was 4.10. I ran a 4.10 with another bloke.
But you gotta imagine these dudes are.
What?
I ran a 4.10 last year with another bloke. We both ran 4.10s. I don't know what.
That's pretty damn good.
I don't know what would happen if you grabbed Xavier Worthy. I'm sure he's quick. We've got quick guys on our team too. But
I think people might be able to get it down to 3. I do, like 3 something.
You think?
3
That's
9.
what I don't know what the
3 9. Yeah.
We got
with a full
so.
running start. It's a 10-yard head start, right?
Well, you can make it as much as you want as long as you're full speed. Just imagine you're full speed at the get off. So you think you could do it every second it's 10 yards, right? But we also wearing shoulder pads and helmet and shit.
Yeah.
That adds an extra whatever they weigh up to.
Yeah.
Right.
Going fast. That's all. I just wanted to throw that in there.
No,
I'll keep the boys up to date with my flying 40s over the year because that's kind of what I do.
I'll keep the fellas up to date on F1 and see how the season's going after this.
Baron, baby.
Boys, we're heading into our Curious Q of the week. It's gonna replace that podium talk. Curious Q. This one's for Bailey and Tucker to answer. I want to get your reason, or I want to get your when you go back, and then I want to get your why you go back. So my question of the week is: you can go back in time for 1 hour in your lifetime. In your lifetime. You can go back for 1 hour and fill into your body when you're whatever set age. You go back for 1 hour and you can redo that hour. What hour are you redoing and why?
Patriots Super Bowl against Seahawks, Malcolm Butler interception. Boom.
You can just relive it? You just want to relive that one moment?
Malcolm Butler interception.
Off rip.
Malcolm Butler interception. 10 out of 10 times. I knew it as soon as you said it.
That'd be tough because if I could just live one moment forever, that would be it. He wants to repeat that.
Malcolm Butler interception. Boom.
That's thrilling.
That excitement. Easy.
All right, Bailey.
Next question.
I had a much different answer thought up than that, but that's a pretty damn good one. Tucker, Bailey, what's yours? What hour are you going back and reliving?
So I'm going back to that exact moment I was. I can't pick like a moment in time.
No, it has to be when you're alive. You have to be replacing yourself as a kid or whatever age you are.
Okay, right. So like I'm going back into my own body where they were.
And you're gonna be conscious in that moment for 1 more hour. Like you have to redo that hour.
Right.
Or you could change something about it. You could relive it. You could like I was really just thinking about changing something, but Tucker just wants to relive it, which is respectable.
I've got one. My 18th birthday, I would relive that. I would redo that whole night. If I could redo that whole night, bro, it ended up bad. Let's just say Jack Daniels got a history, baby.
Yeah. So 18th birthday in Australia is equivalent to 21st in the US. So you had yourself a night with the boys, yeah?
Oh, I had a night at home. Yeah, it just went slop. The couple of the boys had a great idea. When it got to it, wasn't a great idea. So I just made the most of it. A lot of Jack Daniels. Had a speech that probably should, you want to. It'd be my answer to if I could take out a moment of my life. That would be one of them too.
Yeah. Wait. You said you had a night at home on your 18th birthday?
No, it was just we had a birthday party.
And then you went out to the bars and shit, right?
No. We were at home. We just fucking. Oh, I'd been out to a bar and drunk before, bro. It's Australia. We sat at the local pub when I was fucking,
How old?
I don't know. Mate, I've been sitting at the pub. I don't know. Probably the first drink I had at a pub was I don't know if this is a bad thing to say.
No, just say it. I mean,
16. I had a beer at the pub at 16 for sure.
But dude, I'm just that's different than the US because they you will get ID checked at every
just
bar.
Local, you know what I mean? Just like the local, or just kind of sitting there and there's a bunch of people and they kind of just slip you one. Like when it was my 18th birthday, actually, the day we were at the pub and people were like, "Oh, I thought you were already 18."
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Never. That wouldn't even happen in a local spot, Murph. I don't think in the U.S.
No.
I mean, maybe small town USA type shit.
Yeah, I guess.
Like,
But I guess because
and-
it's 18, so it's like it's very different.
Yeah, definitely.
Like 21-year-old and 18-year-old, like 16, 15-year-old kids look 18.
I mean, that goes to show like the drinking culture is just so sensationalized in the U.S. because
Oh, without a doubt.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, without a doubt. That was the first thing I noticed when I came over there. I was like, oh, people over here just want to drink because it's cool and they haven't done it before.
Hold on, I need to know Murph's answer to this curious Q though. Like, what? Give me the 1 hour that you're. What is it? 1 hour you're reliving, or 1 hour you like?
You get to go back and you get to change something if you'd like. It's a 1 hour.
I'm
You
not
get to go back and.
I'm not changing a fucking thing in mine.
You just want to
That's fine.
read it.
I just need to feel that moment again. But hit me with yours.
I was just gonna go back to the most recent Super Bowl or championship that I knew. So for me, it was gonna be the Chiefs Niners. I remember all of like the touchdown scorers, and I remember like the touchdown pass thrown by Jennings, and I would just bet all my money on that. I would bet all my money on Greg Jennings to throw a touchdown pass, and I would have had uber winnings. I would have parlayed that with a Christian McCaffrey receiving touchdown and all this crazy shit.
You would have bet the score.
It wasn't.
Bet it goes to OT.
It wasn't Greg Jennings, but I know
It
you're
was,
talking
not,
about.
yeah, not Greg Jennings.
Number
Jennings.
15.
Yeah.
Shout out Greg Jennings though.
Shout out Greg Jennings. Put the whole team on his back.
Huge fan of First Thought podcast.
Put the team on his back.
Put the whole team on my back, though. They're sharp. The most hardest hitting safety in the whole league.
That was him? That was Greg Jennings? No shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Huge shout out, Greg Jennings. That's lit,
Yeah,
bro. He used to say that shit all the time.
The most hardest hitting safety in the whole league.
That's when you used to say that shit to me all the
Shabba
time. I didn't even know who that was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's electric.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That was a good curious Q, dude, but I would have just cashed it on that. And
yeah, you're a lot smarter than I am. I just want to relive one cool hour of my life again. Just have that be it.
I figure that Jennings guy plus the parlay I mean, if I put my life savings on it, if I put like at the time 15 grand on a plus 10,000 parlay,
your life
it would change my life. It would change my life.
Would have been awesome.
Yeah.
What's that? Is it Rashad Jennings? That's gonna drive me crazy.
Yeah, that might be it. But fellas, that's a good podcast. I mean,
yeah,
that's it for us. Except, I mean, we're leaning in here to pro tips, which I'm suggesting if you're not going to listen to the whole show, listen to this part. You get smart.
Jawan
Jennings. That's way cooler than Greg Jennings. But you know, pro tips is we're giving out good info here. This can make or break your life. These pro tips we're handing out. Tuck's dishing them like you know, magic was in the 80s, but not in the bad way, not AIDS.
Right.
Made everyone knows.
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
I'm giving out the best pro tips possible. I'm giving everybody a little dose of what I got. A la Magic Johnson.
Gentlemen, I'll hand it off to one of you. I think Tuck's recently been started because Bailey keeps having a weight check. So we'll start that same order. Tuck,
having what?
You're having to wait for a second.
No, so, I'm good. I could
okay, you're good. All right, Bailey, let's start with yours.
Come on, cunt. Let's go.
Bailey, I'm tossing you the rock. Give me your first and only. We're only one pro tip this week. Give me your pro tip of the week.
If you can buy a dog, buy a fucking dog.
Go! Yeah. Love doggies.
I can't buy a dog right now. Not the smartest move. Yeah. I wish I could buy a dog. Look at Bergie. There we go. Shout out Bergie.
Yeah, look at Bergie. Such a good boy.
I was walking down the street yesterday, saw a beautiful dog, and I was like, damn, I want a dog.
Yeah. What kind would you want?
I don't know. Anything. Like, I'd just be happy with the dog. I want, like, something I could you know what I mean? Like, rough up a little bit. Yeah. So I'm not in the place to, I'm not in the place to do that.
Yeah.
Like, a golden retriever would be cool.
Yeah.
Australian Shepherd, they're so smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a lot of energy.
I've had this thought a lot too. Like I think about it all the time, dude. But like I'm out of my house way too often. I couldn't do it. But if you have the means, get yourself a pup. Get yourself a companion. Man's best friend. I love that, Billy boy. Pro tip.
Get a dog.
Yeah. Murph Dog, what's your pro tip of the week?
Pro tip of the week is, I think maybe you had said something kind of recently to it, but rearrange your life a little bit, or rearrange your house, do something new, spice things up. Not all new things are cool. Some new things suck, but you got to find out whether they suck or not. So, do
True.
it. Just try
I
some
like
shit
that.
out, and sometimes you fuck shit up. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes things end up being pretty cool. So, spice some things up, as in mix up your environment in your house a little bit. Your routine,
I love
stuff like that.
I love the sometimes new shit sucks. You got to find out that shit sucks and say, hey, I'm not gonna do that shit again because it sucks.
Yeah, man. And if you don't do it, you'll never know if it sucks or not.
You'll never know.
That's a piece of wisdom from Murph.
I mean,
right there.
for example, dude, sucking toes and getting toes sucks. Turns out, not my jam. I wouldn't have known that.
And you found out that shit, in fact, sucked.
Yeah, man. It's just not my jam. But, all right, dude, wrap it up to you, Tuck. Give me your pro tip of the week.
Right around the same lines of sucking toes. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Look at Bailey.
I'm kidding. Bailey's like, what are you about to say? No, I'm just fucking around. Get out in nature.
Hey.
Go for a hike. Go do something in nature. Go for a hike. Take a run around a lake. Go see something beautiful. I soak it all in, man. I went for a hike the other day. I talked about it earlier, but like get to the top of this mountain. It's just overlooking like I live in a mountain range called the Berkshires, and it's like just beautiful, and it's peaceful as it gets. Like, get up to the top, maybe take part in a little bit of extracurricular activities. Not insinuating in any kind of means what that extracurricular may be, one thing or the other, but maybe have a little drink, have a something, and just chill out, close your eyes, sit out in the sun, and enjoy a beautiful 3-day weekend. So, yeah. Get in nature, baby.
Dude,
get in nature.
Dude, get in nature. Let nature touch you. Get touched by Mother Nature.
Yeah, get touched by Mother Nature. Yeah.
And if you got a dog, take the dog on the hike.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Come on. Fire me up. That's
dude.
Combining pro tips right there. And now you're having, dude, and now you're living your best life.
Yeah, dude, you're right. People should tune into this.
Because you're taking pro tips from the boys. You're taking multiple pro tips from the boys, drills on film, putting those drills into your life and living a good life.
Drills on film, baby. Drills on film.
Take it from the good guys. Take it from the good guys.
I'm trying to encourage the use of that. Nothing better than drills on film.
Yeah,
it
I
is,
love
dude.
that.
Proofs in the pudding. Drills on film. That wraps it up for episode 11. Dude, good. Keep it tight. Keep it right under an hour. Boys, thanks for tuning in. Check out our socials, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Instagram as well. Take it easy. Peace.
Peace.